76ers are on. I'm definitely watching them, no matter who they're playing. All right. Oh, wait. We're both under for the...
Yeah, I'm going slightly under because I think they'll win a lot of games late.
Yeah, so we're both under for the 76ers with 42.5, and I think that's fair. Philly fans, don't get mad. One more year without the playoffs. Next year
you'll be
next
top,
year you'll
top
be
five,
there.
top
yeah,
6
next year you'll be there.
Easy.
And you might even be there this year, but they're not win 42 games.
Yeah, they could sneak in as the 8 seed. I could see it. It just depends on injury.
All right, next up, we got the Charlotte Hornets, which this is amazing to me. The Hornets have the same over-under as the Philadelphia 76ers, 42.5 games.
It's insane. And there's no hometown that we live in Charlotte bias here.
Because we both hate the Hornets.
Yeah, they're actually a good basketball team.
They are a good team. Like, they add... So, Trevor's former favorite player, Michael Carter-Williams, who I don't think he's actually going to play that much, but their big ads are, Dwight Howard, and then their rookie ads, Malik Monk, and then I think very, very underrated, who's actually going to play a lot more than Malik Monk just because his versatility, is Dwayne Bacon. Because Dwayne Bacon can defend, and he's a lot longer than Malik Monk. Malik Monk is electrifying, and he'll probably, down the line, he's going to be amazing. But Dwayne Bacon right now, I think, is going to be playing a lot more as a rookie.
Yeah.
I think Dwight Howard anchors this defensive team like they haven't had before.
Right. I agree. Now, the biggest thing here is what Steve Clifford is going to do with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And I've been saying this for a year and a half now. You've got to get Jeremy Lamb involved more often. I know he's not.
I think he's their sixth man.
He's not a household name, but Jeremy Lamb is a good defender. He can hit the 3-ball, unlike Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, who can't shoot to save his ever-loving life. So I think that if you can get Jeremy Lamb more minutes in the game than Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, even if it's close, if it's 28-25, something like that, I think Jeremy Lamb is a big key there.
This team has depth now, though. This is the thing.
They are. They're very deep.
So they've got last year. They lost Marco Bellinelli and Miles Plumlee as their main rotation players that they've lost. I guess Ramon Sessions too.
Right, but they added, when you add Bacon, Carter Williams, who's a better backup point guard than Sessions is. Yeah. Howard is a good. I still like Dwight Howard. I know he gets a lot of hate.
For Charlotte too, who's a defense first team. Michael Carter-Williams is a much better defender than Ramon Sessions. Yeah. Ramon Sessions is better offensively because Michael Carter-Williams still can't shoot a lick.
Right.
But better defensively. And all of the people they added, aside from Malik Monk, who's going to be kind of like a wild card, are defense first.
Let's give Rich Cho a shout out for somehow adding Dwight Howard, cutting Miles Plumlee, and still saving money in the same trade and moving up in the draft.
Yeah, exactly. I heard a lot of people didn't like that trade, and I don't get it because Dwight Howard just makes you. Yeah, he's had a lot rough few years, and we've been saying this for a long time. But if he can just rebound and defend, he's a good player.
And that's what he does. And he got, 13 rebounds a game last year, I believe?
Yeah, he didn't have a horrible year last year.
It's fine. That's all he has to do. And I could see his minutes going down a little bit.
I think he only plays 25 to 30 minutes.
I agree. Yeah. No, and I think when Cody Zeller's healthy, they win. Yeah. That's a big thing for them. And I think he will be this year. And I think when Zeller is able to come out of the game, even if Zeller plays 2 less minutes and Dwight Howard kind of comes in, it's going to help keep them fresh. It's going to help keep their defense up, which is what Steve Clifford wants. Nicholas Batum, he can't be any worse than he was last year. So he's going to step up.
He's injured for the first little part of the season, though.
Okay, well, there you have Jeremy Lamb to cover, Malik Monk to cover, and then Kemba Walker is a star. He's a top 30 player at worst in the NBA.
Again, Malik Monk mentions it every time that he's pissed off that he didn't go to the Knicks. But I think this is actually a really, really good place for him because he is exactly the same player as Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
He's a little bit taller, but he's the exact same player as Kemba Walker.
And they can play together.
Play together.
That's another big thing. So,
and Malik Monk, accept that you're in Charlotte and learn from Kemba Walker because he is somehow as a 5'10" point guard.
Yeah, they say 6 foot. I'm not
He's
buying
not 6
that.
feet tall. 5'10" point guard. He's somehow he made the All-Star team last year.
For a reason.
Yeah, he's a really good player.
Yeah, and let's not throw shade on Marvin Williams. Marvin Williams is a good basketball player.
He can hit threes.
He can hit three. He is the man that does his job more than anybody else on that team, and he's very consistent. Doesn't ruin chemistry, nothing like that. He can play anywhere.
Okay, so little notes. They have more depth at every single position this year. I think I already know the answer, but we're both probably going over.
I'm going over, yeah. Especially in a weak East.
Yeah, I think Charlotte might be like the fourth best team in the East.
I could see it. It's going to be close, but
see, we also say that like a lot, and then they just kind of fall up.
What was it last year? They were like 2-17 with Cody Zeller not in the game or not in the lineup. So I think they're going to be over as long as he's healthy, and even if he's not, Dwight Howard's there, and he can pick you up.
The problem is with Tyler Zeller last year is they didn't really have anybody else
to replace him.
Right. They have Dwight Howard now.
Yep.
Which he's not old Dwight Howard, but he's at least as good as Tyler Zeller.
And Kaminsky can't be as bad as he was last year either.
Exactly.
So
all right, moving on. We're both over on the Charlotte Hornets. Miami Heat. So are the their over under is 43.5. Are the Miami Heat of the first part of last season or the second part? Because there was two different teams basically.
Completely. This is another
and they didn't lose another thing. They didn't really lose any important players. Chris Bosh, hasn't played in 2 years. Josh McRoberts,
he only
Willie
played
Reed,
season. Willie Reed was really rotation, but they lost.
Those are like basically your 10 through 13 man.
So here's what's going on. I think I'm a little bit alone here. I'm not a big believer in Miami. I know a lot of people are. Goran Dragic is a superstar. I'm just letting you know that. I mean, the man is so good at basketball, especially in the Eurobasket this summer. He was phenomenal. But I am not a Hassan Whiteside believer. I am not a Deion Waiters believer. I am not a James Johnson believer. I'm sorry. I just don't believe in him. I think Goran Dragic is going to be a star. I think Justice Winslow, also a star, because he can guard 1 through 5, and he can hit the three ball a little bit.
He can't, though. He can't
a little bit. A little bit. He can a little bit. He can do it enough. He's better than Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
He needs to get a lot better this year.
I think as a defender, he's going to be great. He's athletic, and I think Dragic is going to get him the ball. I'm not buying the Deion Waiters hype. I know he was the third pick in the draft. I know that he was.
But see, the thing is, they don't have to get better. They just have to play exactly like they did last year to be a really, really good team.
I agree. I think everyone takes a step back except for Dragic, and I really do. I do like the addition of Kelly Olynyk. That does get them a little bit deeper. But
another thing to look at is for this team last year when they're far behind like that, no one really kind of is looking at you to succeed. So you have no pressure at that point. This year, we're going in thinking that they're the 30 and 10, I think it was, Miami Heat. I'm still going to go over on this because I think they're right in the middle of the pack for the East. I think they're going to make the playoffs and win 47, 46 games.
Wow.
So,
big believer.
I'm not a big believer. I think that's fine.
I think they'll make the playoffs. I really do, but I don't think that they're gonna.
I think they'll be like the fourth or fifth. They'll be battling with Charlotte for the 4th seed in the East.
Okay, yeah, I'm going a little bit under. I think they'll be around the 7 or 8 seed.
But again, the East is not good. So
yeah, in a depleted East, they'll make it in. But they also are gonna have people gunning for them. They're not flying over the radar anymore.
Actually, I think it's. Have I got this right? I think they'll be like gunning for the 5th seed. So Charlotte and Miami Heat will be both fighting for the 5th seed in the East. All right, so you are under?
I'm under.
Under?
Yeah.
All right, we disagree. Trevor is under for the Miami Heat at 43.5, and I'm over. Moving on, Washington Wizards. Now, this is basically the same exact team that they had last year.
Yep.
They gave Otto Porter some money.
Lots of it.
Yeah. If John Wall or Bradley Beal go down for any extended period of time, consider your season over because your team is basically 3 players.
They did lose. They took a huge step when they added Bogdanovich last year, and they lost him to Indiana. So I know that it doesn't sound like a big name. It doesn't sound like it's going to hurt, but Bobo Buckets. Losing Bobo Buckets is going to hurt their bench play a lot more than people realize. They've got a very good starting lineup, and if they can,
they probably have outside of the Cavaliers the best starting lineup in the East.
It's definitely up there, absolutely. I would put them right there with Boston and even Milwaukee.
Well, we'll get to my thoughts on. I'm cheering for Boston, but we'll get to my thoughts on Boston here in a second because I'm going through this.
I think their best, the Washington Wizards' best play is to coast into the playoffs. And then that's when you play Beal 43, John Wall 45, Otto Porter 42, and Markieff Morris 40 minutes a game in the playoffs.
They were dead tired. And you could see John Wall, he could not go anymore. Like, he was... if they had gone another round, he might have died on the court.
My best guess is I think Oubre is going to get dealt by the trade deadline for a much better bench piece because he is only 21 years old.
He's a good piece.
21 years old.
He's a good trade.
He's a good trade piece.
A lot of Markieff Morris.
Yeah, a lot of it's also going to be if Jody Meeks can help. If Jody Meeks can be like the best Jody Meeks that he's been, they'll be fine off the bench. I think at least they'll be better off.
I didn't even see this. Carrick Felix is on the team now.
Oh yeah, Carrick Felix. No, he's not. don't count on that.
I'm an Arizona State fan. Carrick Felix went to Arizona State. That's the only thing.
But I think losing Bogdanovich is bigger than they realize, and Brandon Jennings for that matter. But they're going to struggle on the bench. I like the team a lot. I like the starting lineup a lot. But they're going to need to make at least 1 to 2 trades in February to make sure that they can win at least a playoff run or 2.
But again, if Bradley Beal or John Wall get hurt for
it's over.
30 games,
yep, season's done.
Season's over. Like you guys, you still make the playoffs, but
no.
Considered.
Well, they may have if Beal gets hurt. If John Wall gets hurt, they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah. All right. So another team that really did not lose anybody. Oh wait, we're both. Where are we at on the 47.5 for Wizards?
I'm going to say healthy and going over.
I'm not going to wish for injuries, and I'm going to say over as well. Both over for the Wizards. I think they're the third best team in the East. I think it's safe to say that.
Yeah.
All right. A team that really is the same exact... They added some players, but for all intents and purposes, the same exact team they had last year. The Milwaukee Bucks at a same over-under is the Washington Wizards, which is kind of weird to me. I think the Bucks actually take a step back this year.
Wow.
The problem... If Giannis... learned how to shoot over the summer. I mean, it's over for the entire league, like for the next 10 years. Mm-hmm. But if he still is the same Giannis, he's still going to be a great player. He's an amazing player. If I were starting a franchise right now, I'd pick Giannis over anybody, like 25 and under. Mm-hmm. I would pick Giannis. But I just think they don't have any... Brogdon's a good, solid point guard. But they just don't have the guard play that you really want, honestly. Like their backcourt's like not that great.
I understand that. All right, I might shock you here a little bit, but I'm going to say Milwaukee finishes the 2 seed in the East this year.
The 2 seed in the East?
Because I think you and I feel the same similarly about Boston, but I feel like Milwaukee's going to be the 2 seed. I think Giannis takes a step up. He still can't shoot. I mean, that's a given.
Oh, he's going to. I think he's still going to be great. He's going to be like probably number 1 or number 2 for the MVP.
He'll be in there, yeah. I think the biggest thing here, they missed Chris Middleton for half the year. Chris Middleton is a really good player. I would put him in probably the top 50 players in the NBA. Thon Maker is that they are so athletic.
They are very, very athletic.
Between Antetokounmpo, Brogdon, Henson.
There's one trade. They need to trade Jabari Parker before the trade deadline. And then I would...
For a point guard?
For anything. Because even when Jabari Parker is healthy, and he's going to miss the first half of the season this year, even when he is healthy, him and Giannis don't.
Right, they don't mesh well together. Maybe they bring him off the bench and play him separately.
But I think Jabari's just too like. I would say go get your really young good point guard or something.
I could see that. I'm okay with that. I think another big thing here is Greg Monroe. He played for the first time in his career, played all 82 games off the bench last year, and he was his most efficient as he's ever been. So I think they've got bench scoring, they've got athleticism, they've got shooters. I don't see really many flaws outside of a true point guard. I mean, that's their biggest flaw, and Giannis can get them there. Basically, as him and Brogdon can get them there as the point guard. I think all the way to the playoffs and probably even to the Eastern Conference Finals, maybe the Eastern Conference or the Eastern Conference semifinals. A Jabari Parker for point guard trade, thoe, that would probably put them as
I think they'd be good.
A top 2 team.
Then I would say over, but as it stands right now, I'm going to go. They win 45 games.
I'm going over. I'm going 53-ish. Yeah,
all right,
I think they're going to
win. There it is. I'm under. Trevor is over. If you think they're the number 2 seed, where do the Raptors finish? Raptors over-under is 48.5 wins. Again, they didn't really... Well, actually, no. They do lose some really, really key pieces for their play. maybe not like the biggest stars, but really, really key rotation players for the playoffs.
Right.
PJ Tucker, awesome defender. When we get to Houston